its way out. I gotta redo the whole thing. This is why I hate Toyota drivers. Look at this. I flashed this person twice. Turn on your lights, idiot. Fucking A. So it took me flashing them 4 times and somebody oncoming traffic flashing them for them to turn their lights on. This is a constant thing. Like, I know sometimes I go off like I really just hate Toyota, and I don't. An old school 2JZ powered Supra is an amazing vehicle. They made some good Lexuses. They made some great vehicles back in the day. Still think they're a little overrated. They make some good stuff. It's not God's gift to humanity. But the fact that they allow for their idiotic NPC stupid drivers, they're just should be off the road and shouldn't be driving, or just driving an appliance with no common sense. Just for the love of God, I'm a libertarian. I hate regulations. There absolutely should be a regulation where even in a very in a scenario where it's starting to be dusk, or if it's overcast, unless it's bright sunlight, headlights and taillights should come on automatically. I am completely okay with that. It could be defeatable like Chevy had back in the day, and a lot of manufacturers had, where you would just click a button, the dome light 5 times or something like that, and you could override the daytime running lights if you were in park. So in other words, you're not blinding your neighbor because your driveway points at their bedroom or something. Some idiotic scenario like that that's 1 in a billion. But these people, it's always Toyota. It's almost always Toyota. Not always, but it's really not that hyperbolic to say 90% of the time it is Toyota drivers that will have no headlights or taillights, and they're just driving along oblivious, in a blizzard, at dusk, torrential rain, whatever it is. I just can't wrap my mind around it. And again, it just speaks to the culture of just NPC, no common sense, probably should be riding a bus, not driving a vehicle mentality of a lot of Toyota drivers. And I'm sorry if you have some cool Toyota or a Lexus or a Scion. Obviously, this isn't directed at you, the enthusiast community, or somebody who just has the common sense to turn their lights on their RAV4 or Corolla or Camry or whatever. But for the love of God, turn on your lights. It's the single most thing that is the most capable of saving lives on the road, other than obviously, don't drive drunk and things like that. But as far as a small step you can take to, without being inconvenienced and without necessarily slowing down or all of the other factors, checking your tire pressure, all that stuff's great. That's all relevant. But as far as a thing you can do, then you just press a button and it automatically massively ups the chances of you not being in a fatal car accident. It's having your lights on. It's been proven time and time again. And I hate to cite Canadian studies, but this is the one example that they're relevant. The Canadians actually were 100% right on this. They figured this out in the 90s. A vehicle a mile away can be seen in very, very, very low light conditions with its headlights on. Without headlights, in low light conditions sometimes, you literally do not see a gray or a white or a black vehicle. Unless your vehicle is bright yellow and there's no climate in between you and the person, you're always much more visible. And when it comes to elderly people who already can't see very well, and a lot of times do cut people off because they just genuinely didn't see the vehicle coming, not to mention distracted drivers, a couple of pinpoints of light is a lot less likely to be lost in the shuffle of a distracted driver. Just turn on your lights, for the love of God!